to read every day that you're finished, that I'll never be able to play tennis again. I went into depression.
Hi, I'm Sameer Kocher, and for the last 14 years, I have been extremely fortunate to get up close and interview some of the living legends of sport. But today, I'm not here to talk about what happens on the ground. I'm here to share with you a side of your favorite sports personalities that you must have never ever seen before. Welcome to Mind Matters, a unique initiative by Future Generali where we give you a sneak peek into the minds of successful sport personalities, where they get candid about their mental health, battles, challenges, and triumphs over mental health issues that they've suffered. Our guest for today is the first Indian woman to not only win a singles WTA tour, but also a Grand Slam doubles title. She has kicked off her 2020 comeback by lifting her 42nd doubles crown post-motherhood with the same zest for the game. The winner of the prestigious titles such as the Padma Bhushan, the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna, this gritty performer is here to address the stigmas attached to mental health issues and talk about her struggles and how she overcame them. We welcome the rock-solid Sania Mirza. Hi Sania, first of all, how's it going?
Very well, thank you.
It's been quite an infuriating time, a time we've all struggled with this COVID madness, being locked away. How was this period for you and how did you deal with it?
For the first 7 months, I think it was really hard because my son and I were stuck in a different country and my husband was stuck in a different country. I mean, I think in a relationship, it's okay if you don't see your husband or your partner, but I think that for a child not to be able to see his father and vice versa was very, very difficult for me to watch as well and for them as well.
But just talking about the entire pandemic, and there's so many people who've gone through such turbulent times. A lot of people have at least started talking about the fact that they are feeling uneasy.
Yeah, most definitely. I definitely think so. And I just think that it's made us very self-aware of sort of our inner self. I can put myself in that position and say, you know what, I was chasing my dreams. I want to win this and then I want to become number one. And what after you become number one? And then you sort of don't take a breath and sort of take a seat and say, why don't I take a minute and actually enjoy everything that I have already achieved? And I think that we all got that minute, right? To sort of course, embrace the good things and everything, but also reflect on the things that were not making us happy.
Yeah.
It's when you're sitting in a room by yourself, alone, when you're sleeping, that's when it matters how well you go to sleep. That's when it matters if you're happy.
Yeah.
And I think we all got that. And I'm so glad that we're having this conversation now.
Have you ever in your life had a moment where you felt a sense of anxiety, a sense of, uneasiness, and you were not at mental peace?
Yeah, I mean, a bunch of times, not just tennis wise, but also out of the court because of that, because I think many times we rely so much on our career to bring happiness into our lives. We kind of forget that career is only a part of our life. It's not really our life.
Yeah.
At 34, it's a lot clearer in my mind.
Yeah.
But at 20, there were a lot of incidents where I honestly, felt that I don't think that I can do this. I mean, one such incident was when I had to pull out of my match at the Olympics. It was the 2008 Beijing Olympics, and I had a very bad wrist injury. Yeah. And I went into depression for 3 to 4 months after that. I remember crying for no reason. I mean, I would be absolutely fine, and then I would just burst out into tears. I remember not coming out of my room to even eat a meal for over a month.
So when you were going through that state of depression, if you could just dwell a little more on how you felt at that time.
Well, I felt that I'd never be able to play tennis again. I'm a bit of a control freak. So for me, not being able to do something not on my terms was very difficult to sort of digest. I mean, if I didn't want to play tennis and I said, I don't want to play tennis today, it would be fine.
Yeah.
But the fact that it wasn't my decision, the fact that I was being forced into not being able to do what I love or what I do was really like bothering me. And it's a lot for anybody at any age, but for a 20-year-old, to handle that kind of pressure, to handle that kind of emotion, and to read every day that you're finished and you're never going to come back, to not knowing if you'll ever be able to compete at another Olympics again.
Yeah.
Put into context, my wrist was so bad that I wasn't able to comb my hair. Like I had lost complete motion and I needed surgery. And actually, after the surgery, it got worse. So it was a very complicated sort of thing that was happening. And I was like, I've let myself down, let my family down, I've let my country down. I mean, because I had to pull out of the Olympics. So, there's a lot of pressure. I needed somebody to tell me that that's not what you're doing. You're just trying to be healthy again. You're trying to do what's best for you.
What made you come back and say, listen, I got to continue, I got to go on?
Well, my family, for one, they sort of helped me see the right direction, and I got the help that I needed.
Yeah.
I came back from that a year later. I think, I didn't play tennis for a good 6-8 months. And then after I finally sort of came out of that hole, so to say, that was the year of Commonwealth Games that happened in India. And I happened to win 2 medals at that Commonwealth Games. So that goes to show you that when you're mentally in the right space, your success sort of follows.
A lot of people, choose to not deal with it. Have you, in your personal or professional sport career, ever been guilty of just, avoiding it and saying that I'm ignoring my mental health right now, it'll get okay later?
No, because I couldn't afford to. As a professional athlete, it is imperative that you have your mind in the right place every time that you compete. Because if you don't, then it is very, very difficult to be the best athlete that you can be. For me, that meant trying to be the best in the world. And I knew that if I did not pay attention to my mental health, if I did not speak to my psychologist, I knew that will in turn affect me physically in my sport.
I know you love doing what you do, and we love watching you do what you do. But everybody on social media seems to have a right to say what they want. How do you deal with all the expectations, the pressure of social media, and anything said that really has upset you?
I mean, I'm sure, there's been a lot said that has upset me. Today, I've reached a stage in my life where acknowledging that hatred is not something that I do. I don't believe that we need that negativity in our lives.
Yeah.
But I definitely didn't know how to deal with that 15 years ago. I'll tell you that. I think that you want to know what people are saying about you. Yeah. You're new to fame. You're new to all that. And it does affect you. And I strongly recommend that people need to not take social media seriously, the good and the bad.
Yeah.
You have to take it with a pinch of salt, not even a pinch, like I say. That's why I don't take social media seriously anymore, I have to say.
What price have you had to pay as a female sporting star in India?
I was playing tennis. I was from Hyderabad, came from a middle-class Muslim family. I mean, there were a lot of things that I was against the odds, so to say. There was the everyday stuff of who's going to marry her. There was the everyday stuff of shorts pehen ke khelegi, ye to ladko ke kaam hai. There was the everyday, that was the initial struggle that happened. Later on, it was the question asked, what do you think she's actually going to play Wimbledon? Do you think that she's going to win Wimbledon? I mean, it's never happened before. What makes you think your daughter is going to do that? Those are the questions my parents were asked. We were playing on courts made out of cow dung, and I don't blame them for asking. We were literally playing on courts made out of crap.
Wow.
We used to take tetanus injections and practice because that was the only way to practice. And then trying to break that barrier of saying that a woman can choose sport as their career. Yeah. It doesn't need to be only a boy's thing or a man's thing to do. A woman can make a career out of it, can earn money from it, can be independent with it. And it can be a career that is chosen just the way you choose to be a teacher or a doctor or a lawyer or whatever else you want to be. I'm so, so proud that now today we have got at least 10 female athletes that we can name that are household names.
I got to ask you, what is some advice you'd give to a person who's going through mental illness? What would you say to them?
Acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And ask for help. There's no shame in asking for help. There is no shame in trying to find peace within yourself. There is no shame in trying to reach out to whoever it may be. Of course, if you talk to professionals about it, I think it helps more
Yeah.
because they have a way to deal with it. So it's much recommended, of course, to talk to professionals. But if you can't, then talk to someone who you're close to,
Yeah.
and get that help. Because I think the first step towards being cured with anything is acknowledgement of the problem. You have to
Yeah.
acknowledge.
Well, you heard us say it. Reach out for help the second you feel that you can't handle an emotion or a feeling. We're going to reach out now to these cue cards of mine, Sania. We got a quick rapid fire game for you. This is Mind Matters Timeout with Sania Mirza. Here we go. Ready for it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. Okay. I'm going down cross court right now with my first question. What is your comfort food to de-stress?
Biryani,
Nice. Which one? Mutton, chicken?
anything,
Any biryani. All right.
any kind of biryani.
Any kind of biryani. I like biryani too. Okay. A song that immediately brightens your mood.
Right now, actually, it's kind of an old song. It's Pehli Nazar Mein Kaisa Jadoo Kar Diya.
Nice, nice. I have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old right now, so all I can think of is nursery rhymes because that's all I hear the whole day. Whereas Baby
Yeah,
Shark.
that doesn't
anything
brighten
else.
my day, unfortunately. That brightens my son's day.
I have no choice because there are two of them around. Anyways, 3 small things that make you happy.
Sleep,
Yeah.
food,
Okay.
and actually not in that order, but Izhan. So I'm gonna go with
Lovely.
Izhan, food, and sleep.
Fantastic. Okay. Reaching out to people, do you prefer texting or do you prefer calling?
I prefer voice notes because it's so quick.
Super easy. Yeah.
And you don't have to like actually go through that whole like formality of hi, how are you, and all this, right?
Correct.
Like you can sort of get
It's super convenient now, isn't it? Just press the button, say what you gotta say, out, boom, it's gone.
People are gonna not reply to my voice notes anymore, but okay.
Okay, fine. Okay. Mind matters because
It is the most important thing of your body.
all right, okay. Who do you speak to brighten your mood?
My sister.
All right.
Anu.
If you had to choose, which emoticon do you use the most or love the most?
This one, the one with the eyes up.
What does that mean?
Like I can't deal with you.
Is that what it means?
I think
Are we
it
trying
means
to
that's
figure
what
out
it means
that-
for me. I'm
I'm
just
trying
like
to figure out what that means for the longest period. I just
that
thought it
means
like,
rolling your eyes at someone.
okay, nice. I'm going to use that more frequently after this because I finally understood the emoticon from you. What would you rather eat when you're in a bad mood? Would it be ice cream or would it be chocolate?
Can I tell you I don't like either?
Yeah.
I'm not an ice cream. I like I'd eat like pineapple cake or like fruity cake, any kind of cake.
What the world needs now is?
Kindness.
Okay. My last question to you is, what's the best mental health advice you've received from anyone?
To focus on the little things of life, little happinesses of life.
Yeah.
Because I think we tend to talk and focus our energies way too much on large things, living in large houses, getting big cars and expensive things and buying bags and shoes. But we don't sort of focus on having your entire family over for dinner one night where you're able to sit together for a meal, which doesn't happen often. And I think that's a piece of advice that I really take with me.
Before I let you go, you're 34, you said you're a mama and you're also a champion at what you do in terms of tennis. Taking you back to that same girl who was playing at the Cowdung court, what would you tell her if you met her today?
I would probably just tell her that keep going after it, no matter how many people are telling you that you can't, because God knows every day I was told in my life that I won't be able to do it. And here I am today, who's become number one in the world, who has won Grand Slams, who's won medals for your country, and who's been able to play at 3 Olympics. So, yeah, I think that is, say, go at it. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't do it.
Well, we're going to end on that high. And thank you so much for being part of this initiative. Thank you so much for chatting with us. Truly inspiring, the stories, the achievements, and all that you've gone through. And I wish you more success, more power, loads of love. Sending you the emoticon, which is...
That one doesn't go for this now.
It doesn't go for it? Which one goes with this?
No.
Can you give the hug one?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll give you the hug one. I'll just send a hug like that.
Okay.
Okay. See you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks. Well, that was Sania Mirza and her journey to improve her mental health. Why should we shy away from talking about our mental health, thinking that we will be judged for doing so? Let's talk about it as it's the first step to getting better. You may be working in a corporate job, or you can be a student or a housewife or even an entrepreneur. It's time all of us look at health as being both physical and mental. And seek help if you don't feel 100% healthy. Now, there are toll-free helplines, apps on the phone, there are counselors, doctors who are there waiting to help you get better. And then there are brands like Future Generali that are at the forefront of creating awareness about mental health. They have a specially curated section on their websites which has content and resources around understanding signs of mental health illnesses like depression, anxiety, insomnia, etc. Also resources that can help one manage and deal with them. Future Generali has launched the Health Total Insurance Plan that covers your mental and physical health because mental illness can weigh in on both your emotional and financial facets. You can log on to general.futuregenerali.in/mindmatters or click on the link in the description to know more. Stay tuned for our next episode on Future Generali Mind Matters.